process on the HP 730, 830 printer of how to create a custom ICC profile. So the material I have loaded in my machine right now is our Brightline 3203X. I basically took a generic profile, cloned it, renamed it 3203X. I already did my color calibration status, so it set the known density of this material, but I want to take it another step further so I can get the best color out of this machine and create a custom ICC. So ICC stands for International Color Consortium. Basically, it's the math, the algorithm that takes a digital input color and gives it to my output device. Right now, that profile, if I'd left it alone, is using basically a generic ICC, but the HP Latex has an embedded onboard spectrophotometer that allows me to kind of take it a step further and really get the most out of my machine to get the best color rendering that this machine is possible of. So real easy to go through this process. So I'm going to go to my substrate library, and then I'm going to click on that 3203X profile that I have, and then I'm going to edit each one of these print modes. So I have a 6-pass 100, I have an 8-pass 110, and a 12-pass 120. So we're going to go in here and edit this mode. Oops, pushing too many buttons. This gives me all of my curing temperatures and setting my setups on there. I know that this material works with the generic profile, so I don't need to really worry about adjusting any of my, my vacuum settings, my curing temperatures. I know that all of that is good. Same thing with the optimizer. I know that optimizer is in a sufficient level, but there is a neat little optimizer level test plot in here if you wanted to really dial it in. I would recommend doing this before moving on to the next step. Really see if you need to make an adjustment to your optimizer. But I've printed with this material in a generic profile, and it has worked really well. So I'm not changing anything as far as my basic profile settings in here. I'm going to hit done from here, and I'm going to hit save print mode. And here's where it's going to ask me about doing a color calibration. Again, I've already done my color calibration. I want to go on to custom ICC. So if you've gotten this far in the process and you had not done the color calibration, it's going to make you do that color calibration first. I'm already there, so I'm going to move on to custom ICC. I'm going to hit calibrate, and I'm going to create a new ICC profile. I'm not going to use the ICC from a generic. I want to create a new ICC profile. When I hit finish, what's going to happen is my machine is going to print out a fairly large chart with a bunch of different variations of color all next to each other. Once it's printed that chart and it's gone through the complete drying process, it'll draw the material back inside. It's going to open up the aperture of the onboard spectrophotometer and then read those colors and give me that remapping of what that ICC should look like. So now that only took a few minutes, my machine is all set for that print mode. I need to go back into those other two print modes that I have for this media and do the exact same process, because the ICC profile creation is very specific to the print mode. With HP Latex, it is always speed, ink density, temperature. That ICC then gives me that algorithm to map my colors for those different print modes. So if I'm going to have a print mode for a machine that I know is spot on, has them all, I'm going to do it for all print modes. So when I'm running different jobs, I don't need to worry about inconsistency of color rendering based on the ICC profile. So just takes a few minutes. You're really not involved in it all. The machine takes over and does it all. One critical last note on here is I've done all this creation on the machine. If I've already synchronized this profile with my RIP software, but then came over here and did this custom ICC creation, I need to delete this print mode from my RIP software, whether it's SAI Flexi, Onyx, Caldera, and then resynchronize the data with the printer. With HP system, all of the print profile information always lives on the machine. And it synchronizes real quick with any RIP software. But if you already have it living on your RIP software, but then did some modifications over here, delete it on your RIP software and resynchronize. So you have the same apples and apples on both your RIP software and your printer. I hope you guys have learned something from this video. Reach out to the Grimco technicians if you need any more assistance with your machine, or check out the other support videos we have on our hubs for the HP Latex 730, 830, or all the equipment that Grimco carries. Thanks for watching.